finally acquired a mic. Hopefully the audio is a bit better. Use the hair. My hair is disgusting. I need to wash it. So beanie it is. We're midway through the year. So time to do the mid-year book tag. Mid-year book tag? What do we call it? Mid-year book freak out tag 2024. So let's have a look. I've got a list here on my laptop, so let's go. Best book you've read so far in 2024. Wow. It's stuck between Babel by R.F. Kuang or The Burning God. I think because of how much it affected me, I'm gonna go with The Burning God. Because as much as I loved Babel, it is an amazing book, can't recommend it enough. The Burning God was such a perfect finale and closure to the Poppy War trilogy, and I cried so much and I felt so affected and I got so attached to those characters. I think because I had all that time to get attached to these characters, and like the stakes, the writing. Rin is my favorite main character of all time. I adore her and how just angry she is, and even though sometimes I was like, oh, what are you doing? Like, what are we doing? I was also like, I support women's rights and wrongs. So I definitely think The Burning God is my favorite read of the year so far, but Babel is a very close second. Best sequel you've read so far in 2024. Am I allowed to say The Dragon Republic? Am I allowed to say that? Am I allowed? Well, if I'm not allowed to say The Dragon Republic, even though that is my answer, because I am a Miss Kuang enthusiast. Well, Chestnut Springs. Heartless was my favorite book of the series, and it is technically this direct sequel from the first book. It is the second book. So I guess Heartless would be my favorite sequel, but then I also did really like Two Twisted Crowns, which is part of the One Dark Window to just Crowns duology. Wow, this is hard. I did really like Two Twisted Crowns, but also I'm gonna go with Heartless. Okay, I'm gonna say Heartless just because Willa and Cade are my life. Like, that book is so me-coded, it's not funny. Okay, maybe not the pregnancy child aspect, but like everything else was so me-coded. He's so my type, and I love her as well. Can she or him date me? I'll take either. Anyway, so that's that. And then new release you haven't read yet but want to. Riley Sager's new book is coming out on the 9th of July. Today is currently the 3rd. I do really want to read that, but if we're talking about a new release that's been released and I have but just haven't read yet that I want to, where is it? Powerful. This is the Australian bookstore QBD. This is their exclusive edition. Super pretty. I need to get to this because I really, really liked Powerless. Oh my god, can we? There we go. I really liked Powerless. I annotated it. I really enjoyed it. Like, I don't know, I feel like I've seen a lot of reviews and stuff on it from people who kind of try to take their books a little more seriously, saying they didn't really enjoy it that much and that it felt juvenile, etc. Each to their own. Everyone's allowed to have their own opinions, even if they're wrong. But I read books because they're fun. I want to enjoy myself, and my annotations are not like critical analyses. They're not serious. They are me literally going, oh my god, slay, screams. Like, I do not take that shit seriously. I am just here to have fun, because if I'm not enjoying myself and reading these books for fun, then what's the point? Like, it's a hobby and I want to enjoy myself. So I really enjoyed it. I loved it. I don't care if people think it's juvenile or whatever. I loved it. and I'm really excited for Reckless, which is coming out very soon. Is it today? Possibly. I don't know. But I will be getting onto that. I need to read that. So that's a new release that I want to read. Most anticipated release for the second half of 2024. Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. Anything she releases, I will devour. That's like the one that's coming off the top of my head. I haven't really been paying attention to like a lot of new releases or anything, unless it's like a direct sequel or part of the series that I've been reading. So I'm gonna say Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. There's also Don't Let the Forest In, which looks really cool, and I've been following that author on Instagram for a while. I actually didn't realize they were an author when I followed them. I just saw them have like book recommendations, and I really liked the vibe and stuff, and then I realized like they wrote a book. So I'm actually kind of excited for that. I think it comes out September, October, second half of the year. So I'm also kind of excited for that. What else? I don't think there's anything else that's like off the top of my head right now, but I'm sure there's plenty of new releases that I'm going to enjoy that are coming out. I just don't know them yet. Biggest disappointment. Thinking of books that I've read that I was disappointed in. You know what? Like, but it wasn't a disappointment in the sense of I was expecting it to be good. I was not expecting this to be good, okay? Like, if you know anything about it, especially from my last video, it's, you know, insane. But I was disappointed because I was expecting more from it, in the sense of, like, people were saying, oh my god, it's insane, it's horrible, it's so dark, like, it's so messed up, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know if it's from my years of reading fan fiction that has really skewed my perception of things that are actually, like, kind of messed up and dark in fiction. That has made me think that really wasn't that bad. Granted, it was still pretty bad. Like, it was still quite messed up because obviously, you know, step family. Honestly, even if you're not blood related, you're still related. It's still family. But regardless. And, like, I think the biggest disappointment for me in the book as well is who she ends up with, who she chooses. It was just really fucking annoying. But yeah, I would say that was my biggest disappointment. Both who she ends up with and also how people were just kind of catastrophizing it and, like, saying, oh my god, it's so bad, it's so dark, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I've read worse. And it didn't really shock me. I was just kind of like, really? Like, really? And Uncle Jake's Supremacy. Thank you very much. Biggest surprise. Actually, I don't have the copy yet. Ali Hazelwood's Not in Love. That book shocked me from, like, so, like, I already enjoy Ali Hazelwood's writing, but her writing is a little bit silly in the sense of, like, just, you're not supposed to take her books seriously. They're just, like, fun STEM romances, right? But Not in Love was fucking good. Like, the writing was so different from what it normally is. Like, I already thought Bride would have been a little more different to her normal romances because, you know, it's her first kind of venture into the supernatural romance aspect. But I would say that was still quite tame and still kind of fit in her normal, I guess, like, writing style. And granted, Not in Love is still her writing style. You know it's an Ali Hazelwood book, but it's still so different from what her writing normally is. Particularly, like, it felt a little more grown up and less size difference being, you know, it didn't feel as much like a fucking Raylo fanfiction. Like, it didn't feel like it at all to me. And I really enjoyed it. I thought out of all of her books that she's written so far that it was her best. Although I am biased towards Bride simply because I like vampires and werewolves. Like, I've been into the supernatural since I was, you know, a teenager, possibly a little bit earlier. So there's that. But writing-wise, and I think enjoyment-wise, Not in Love is probably, that was the biggest surprise for me. New favorite author. Well, I discovered Miss R.F. Kuang. Technically, I knew of her last year, but I had never written any of her works until this year. And so she is absolutely my new favorite author. Anything she releases, I'm going to read and devour. I officially have read all of her books that she has out currently. I read Yellowface recently. I'm going to release a review of it and stuff in my July wrap up. But devoured. Also, I do really enjoy Ali Hazelwood, Elsie Silver, just for some fun romance. But R.F. Kuang is definitely my new number one favorite author. Newest fictional crush. Okay. I knew like a new one. Fuck. I fixate on like characters I've had like crushes on. Why did I struggle to say that? Crushes on for like a long time. New. Like I guess the guy from Not in Love, but Bandit. My cat is meowing. Bandit. You know what? If we say new this year, like so far, I'm gonna say Cade from Heartless. What a man. What a fucking man. Okay, if you need any romance to read, you need to read the Chestnut Springs series. Personally, I think book 2 and 3 were the best, and they were my favorite. But number 2 hits for me because age gap. I just love age gap, but it's not predatory. It's not weird. It's perfectly fine. I love them, and he's just a man. So we're gonna go with Cade from Heartless by Elsie Silver. Newest favorite character, Ren from the Poppy War trilogy. Thank you very much. Unbeatable. I don't think any character is going to amount to how fucking much I love her as a main character. And I do love Robin from Babel as well, and like all these other side characters and stuff, but like Rin, she just hit so different and so personal to me. I love her with my entire heart. That is my girl, and I will die on this hill. I would take a bullet for her. Book that made you cry. As we saw already, The Burning God. I sobbed like a little baby. I think like with other books, maybe like Chestnut Springs and stuff, I would get like a little teary from like super wholesome, happy moments. But like sad book or something that actually made me cry, the only one has been The Burning God. I haven't read any other kind of sad books that have made me cry. Yeah, that's the only one this year so far. Maybe I need to read some more sad books. Or maybe not. Maybe I care about my mental health and I just don't. That's a lie. That's such a lie. Book that made you happy. Okay, if we go with like a book that just made me like cheer and giggle and like I don't want to give like repeat books. Let me look at my Goodreads, okay? Because it's just oh my god, my internet is killing me. Okay, I can't check my Goodreads right now. That made me happy. I don't want to give repeat books. I'm trying to think. Oh my god. Why is this so hard to think of? Like my brain fixates on certain books, and so any other books that I've read, my brain just kind of blocks out. Check my bookshelf. I mean, there's some books that I've read that I don't have physical copies of yet, but like whatever. Dude, this is fucked. Oh, the Duskwalker Bride series, the 7th book. Assault to Protect. That made me really happy because I really, really liked how it ended and just her relationship with her family. Specifically, I love her dad. I was giggling. I was so happy. I was cheering. That book made me really happy. Again, as I mentioned in my previous video, it is quite sad at points and covers heavy topics, but that made me really happy towards the end. So I would say Assault to Protect. Favorite book to movie adaptation that I've seen so far this year. I don't think I haven't really watched many movies and series this year, specifically as well, or especially adaptations, but just Bandit. Just recently. Bandit, you can't go out. Come here. No, go out. Just recently, I watched the new Amazon Prime show, My Lady Jane, and let's just say that is my most recent hyperfixation. I fucking loved that series. Well, it was only one season so far. Please give me season 2. Which was an adaptation from the My Lady Jane book, and oh my god, I loved it. Now I haven't read the books previously, so now I will be. I'm going to be reading that book series, and I kind of want to do a video talking about the show and the books and kind of comparing, but honestly, I loved the show. Okay, it was so good. The tension and chemistry between the two main characters. Oh, nom 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 nom. Devoured. I'm currently just rewatching it because I need to fill that void. So that would be my favorite adaptation so far this year, even though I haven't read the book originally, but whatever. Bandit! This cat. Oh my god. Bandit! Come here! No scratchy! Brat. Favorite post you've written this year? I don't write posts. So we're gonna skip that one because well, I guess like we could go with like favorite video or TikTok I've posted. I think that was last year. This year is the one where I'm wearing like this red bow on the back of my head. I really like that one. My hair looked cute. We'll go with that. Most beautiful book you bought this year? I don't want to get up. I have the Illumicrate June subscription book, which is of Jade and Dragons, and that is the most beautiful book I think I have in my collection. Full stop. Or I bought the Babel Illumicrate from someone that was selling it on Facebook. I think that's my favorite. Yeah, because you just gotta look at it, okay? Like, it is stunning, beautiful. I love it. My prized possession. So either that or yeah, my of Jade and Dragons by Illumicrate edition. What books do you really need to read by the end of this year? Well, there's a lot I need to read actually. Like my entire TBR. Well, there's like series I kind of want to get through. So let's check this. I really need to finish Powerless series. I also need to read. I really want to read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. The Atlas 6 series as well. I have like a physical TBR of like books that I have been wanting to read for like ages. So I need to read. Oh wow, I've read almost everything. Riley Saga, The Only One Left, I really need to read, and I did start it. And then A Tempest of Tea, but again, I need to wait until I'm in the mood for a heist book, because currently, it's not the vibe. Wuthering Heights, I really want to finish, and A Certain Hunger, and I have the hardcover with this is the only valid cover. Whoever decided to bring in that stupid, disgusting, ugly, bright neon lime green cover with the pineapple on it needs to get shot. But I'm joking, but I want to get the paperback version of it because I prefer physically reading paperbacks. I do have the ebook, but I kind of want to read the paperback version because maybe I'll annotate. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, that's it. Yippee. So, yeah, there's a lot of books I need to get to. Currently, I'm a little bit behind on my Goodreads reading goal, but to be honest, I'm not expecting to fully reach it. I just kind of needed a general number to reach, and that would look good in my planner. So I chose 100. Previously, I would have done 50, just because like I don't want to give myself too much pressure and be like, I have to read a shitload of books, because no, you don't. You just read as you go. But you know, I wanted to have fun with it. I think that's it. Do I have anything else to say? Hope you enjoyed. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Peace.